Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole and welcome to my review of the brand Sioris. Oh y'all, I feel like this trial went on for so long. I'm pretty sure in the end it was only about a month of these products, although I did buy them back, some of these back in May of this year, so that's perhaps why it feels longer. Some of these products I have been using longer than a month. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler before we get into today's video. So I love some of these products. I mean, I found some holy grails in the Sioris brand. But as a whole, using the products entirely on their own, doing a Sioris routine, it kind of fell a little short for me. I feel like there's some hits and misses from the brand. I also feel like the brand is maybe a little bit stronger in one specific aspect, and that is the oils in their products. The brand relies very heavily on oils. By the way, the Sioris name here is based on simple and original. It's a much more natural brand, but with having such a heavy reliance on oil ingredients, maybe hydration, maybe occlusive factors were just not quite as strong. So yeah, in the end, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend you a full Sioris routine, and yet, some of these products are absolute favorites. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to do the style of video where I take you through my absolute favorites. We're basically going to rank all of the Sioris products that I've been trying. But before we do that, let's have a little bit of backstory on the brand. Sioris is a relatively newer Korean skincare brand with, again, a focus on being a much more natural brand. It's a very interesting evolution that I've seen them have even in their short lifespans thus far. They started out with a lot more essential oil ingredients, but you all know that's not quite on trend these days, and they did listen to feedback. So they've been reformulating their products, they've been renaming their products. Again, I bought these products back in May, and one of them is already changed names. Something I really wanted to make sure I tell you about this brand is that this brand has such a different perspective. So their base formulas depend on the seasons. There are one of two varieties. In the spring, they formulate their products with green plum, and in the autumn, they formulate with yuzu. And their promise is to never sell you products that are over a year old, which I do think is actually quite nice to see. I wonder about that all the time with US-based brands. You know, are we really buying products that were made very recently? I don't always know. So I appreciate that promise, but it does make for a confusing perspective in that, well, what are you going to get? If you place your order right now, what are you going to get? And I think the answer is actually you could get a mix of both. I actually think that is what happened to me. Do you like my very fancy Walgreens pickup bag for the boxes here? Anyway, I think that's what happened to me. I noticed some boxes came in kind of a beige color and some were white. They say they're made with that plum ingredient, and the beige boxes say they're made with that yuzu ingredient. And I think the biggest potential con here is that that yuzu ingredient is a citrus ingredient, and some people struggle with using citrus ingredients. So I bought 5 of the 6 products in this video. Oops. Maybe don't pick the products up by their lids. The Deepen a Barrier Cream was gifted by Stylevana, and I actually got... Hold on, let me grab it. In May, I had ordered the Time is Running Out mist. In September, I was gifted a second one by Yesstyle. And by the way, again, it's actually the same exact ingredients list, same beige box. And as far as who to order from, I'd say I like both Yesstyle and Stylevana. I'm still working on that big upcoming project. But in the meantime, you know, check and see who has the lower price at the moment. And I also do have discount codes with both of those retailers that will be in the description box below. Oh my gosh, there's one more thing I have to tell you about this brand. So I've already mentioned it's a more natural brand. Let's talk about the scent. So I already mentioned that this is a very natural brand. I'm going to also add it's a natural brand that smells natural. It's been a while since I've mentioned this, so if you're newer, you may not know this, but I actually grew up very natural. My parents were definitely hippies. It was an organic home as a child. One of my favorite snacks from childhood, I mean, I still eat apples and peanut butter all the time. All the time. I didn't have candy growing up. I had apples and peanut butter. But I have a second favorite food from my childhood that I think would probably scare some of you off. But I'm just gonna tell you, it's carrots and apple cider vinegar. I loved that growing up. And then when I got to kindergarten and I saw someone eating a fruit roll-up, I was so just taken aback. I was like, what is that? I found out Skittles exist and everything. I was shocking. Which is all to tell you I'm very used to natural smells, so for me, I don't mind the smell of anything. It all smells fine to me, but I have mentioned before, my partner does not have the same nose I do. She picks up much more intricacies in products, and I had a feeling, I had to take her these products, and I said, I stuck them under her nose. I was like, you gotta tell me what you think of these. We started easy with the Time Is Running Out mist, and she's like, I don't know, it smells like some kind of flowers, I guess. And then by the time I worked up to that night cream, she was going, absolutely not. Let's get into the part of the video that you're probably waiting for, the product reviews, the ranking. I'm going to show you application of all of these. Let's get into it. Starting with my absolute favorite, I feel like you already know if you saw my cleansers video, but yes, indeed. It is the Sioris Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser. You know what? I was really thinking about why it is that this stands out so much to me, and I think it's just very simply, I can use this at any time. It does not matter what condition my skin is in, and my skin has been through a lot since moving. I don't know why, it just has. But this has never been harsh, it's never stung my skin, it's never been anything other than soothing. And it does have a lot of calming ingredients, but we've talked extensively about cleansers lately, so you all know that my stance on them at this point is, there's quite a possibility that the oils in products like this, which this is high in macadamia oil, there's quite a possibility that that is absorbing into your skin. We don't really know what's the aloe ingredient, the licorice, the allantoin. We don't really know what that does, but I can confirm that it comes together to just make such a gentle formula. I absolutely love it. I think that, the retail on this, which I'll have up on the screen, this is the kind of product where if you were to walk into Sephora and try to find something similar, you would absolutely pay around $60. Which is too high if you ask me. I will not pay $60 for a cleanser. But this one is not only beautiful packaging, not only a beautiful product to use, but the price is really fair. The price is very fair. It does have, I would say it has this very faint cream smell to it, which isn't very helpful at all. Maybe there's a very slight herbal smell, but to me it doesn't really smell like anything. I do think this is one of the products that previously had essential oil ingredients, so it's possible that if you see someone saying this has a very strong smell, maybe they used the older version. But to me it is just a very gentle cleanser that I absolutely love. I absolutely love it. How big is this bottle? Because I feel like it's been lasting me a long time. Oh, it's 6.76 fluid ounces. That explains so much. I was looking at this like, how have I not? 6.76 fluid ounces is a pretty big product. In the number 2 spot is the Deep in a Barrier Cream made with tamanu oil as well as macadamia oil. Oh, this one is such a beautiful nighttime moisturizer. They claim that this product is made to help with dry or distressed skin without a greasy feel. Tamanu oil is a wonderful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory ingredient. This product has been so incredible to use, especially in that period of adapting to the stronger retinoid. I'm sorry, I'm such a broken record. It was rough on my skin. Oh, this made it so much easier though. It's so nourishing, restorative. It's absolutely a product that's similar in nature to the Stratia Liquid Gold, to the Glow Recipe Avocado and Ceramides Serum. It's a restorative product, but it does feel heavier, and I'm so surprised to tell you that a lot of the restorative products don't necessarily feel that heavy. Wouldn't you think they would? Wouldn't you? But something that's so interesting is even though this is a night cream and it is heavier in feel, it doesn't feel too heavy. It's just right. It's this perfect balance of those healing ingredients and a cosmetically elegant formula. It's really well done. Now, there is a very important comment that I have to make with this, and that is the smell. It's strong. It's strong. It's the tamanu oil. It is a very strong smell. I was watching James Welsh do a review on these, and he said it smells like celery. I actually think that's close. It smells more like the celery that you pull out of a Bloody Mary, though. Do you know what I mean? You know how it's got that peppery smell? It's got a peppery smell to it, to my nose. I have such a great James Welsh story to go on a short little tangent here. So one of my friends back in New Orleans was trying to follow all the skincare stuff, right? What a great friend. It wasn't his thing, but he was trying to help me out with my channel, right? Aw. Anyway, so he was watching some James Welsh videos. He sends me over one and he's like, I really like the way this guy talks, but I do feel bad for him because I have oily skin and I know what it's like to look that oily. I got that text message in and I was just laughing so hard. I replied, I'm like, yeah, that's the trending look in skincare. Yeah, if you have oily skin, you've been on trend for the past year and a half, right? So I told him this and he was like, my face is trendy? My oily face is trendy? And that's why, maybe a skin type, maybe features of our faces or our bodies, maybe those shouldn't be trends. It's a little strange, right? It's a little strange. All right, anyway, that's my James Welsh story. So one more note with this. This used to be called the You Look So Young Night Cream. So glad they changed that one. Oh, I'm having a bad hair day, y'all. I'm sorry if my hair looks gross. I'm really having a bad hair day. Numbers 3 and 4 grouped together. Let's talk about the mists. I bought these initially because, hold on, let me grab the boxes. Okay, so on the side of the box here, they say 3-in-1 multi-care mist, toner, mist, and serum oil mist can be applied whenever skin feels thirsty for a refreshing boost of hydration. See, my logic was, okay, so they have a toner, they have an essener, whatever that means. They have a serum. I don't need to buy those. I can just buy the mist. And talk about hyped. In particular, the Time Is Running Out mist, so hyped on social media. Oh my god. And I also grabbed the Falling Into the Rose mist. I bought a travel size of this. I'm actually going to ultimately recommend you buy the travel size of either of these that interest you or both before you commit to the full size. Which is all to tell you, I actually kind of like the Falling Into the Rose mist more. Here's the deal with these two mists. So both of them have an oily layer to them. In the Time Is Running Out mist, it's a bit of a thicker layer. It's made with macadamia and jojoba seed oil, as well as that yuzu citrus ingredient, whereas the Falling Into the Rose mist is made with argan oil and rose flower oil. So they say the Time Is Running Out mist is for dry skin types, whereas the Falling Into the Rose mist is more for oily skin types. And I don't always feel that the dry versus oily distinction really helps people out that much. So especially with the Time Is Running Out mist, here's what, after a month of thinking about this, here's my final conclusion. See, you are going to see people say, oh my god, this mist is so beautiful. I cannot believe what it does for my skin. Just mind-blowing. And you're also going to eventually find some reviews of people saying, what are they talking about? This did nothing for my skin. But I've got it. I've cracked the code. I know what's going on, I think. I think. See, the thing about the Time Is Running Out mist is that it is beautiful. It is beautiful on your skin. In fact, let me spray it and show you right now. Watch what happens to my face, okay? Do you see it? Did you just hear my James Welsh story about how oily skin is more on trend? This just infused my skin with the perfect amount of oils, the perfect amount, so that I look very glowy. But let me be clear, it's more of a cosmetic effect. So I gotta wonder, when people say it didn't do anything for my skin, when are they looking at their skin? Are they looking at their skin directly after spraying it? Or are they washing their face every single night, looking in the mirror and looking for changes? Because I'm going to be honest with you, these kind of ingredients aren't necessarily the type that lead to long-term changes. They're great ingredients, don't get me wrong, rich in antioxidants, which I absolutely think your routine should have, but I think it's a cosmetic impact that this product has. And a couple more notes with the Time Is Running Out mist. So do you see how quickly this oily layer runs back to the top? So here's the thing, you gotta make sure you shake it a lot. Shake it practically as you're spraying it. Because, this is my unopened one here from Yesstyle, and you can see I haven't been shaking it up enough, clearly. It's just very hard to keep up with it. One more thing. So I dropped it once and broke the sprayer. So the sprayer on my bottle here is actually from a gift with purchase from Ulta, one of those little Mario Badescu sprays. It worked. If you ever have to do this, if you ever have to replace a nozzle on your mist, keep the same tube, because the tube is the perfect length. So transfer that tube onto a different nozzle. That's my tip. If you're clumsy like I am and you eventually will drop your products, that's the fix. But yeah, personally, I gotta say, I like the Falling into the Rose mist more. It might also be that I like the travel size more, because it's easier to keep track of that oily layer in a small bottle. Yeah, it's funny, I really don't like a rose smell, but honestly, this smells more like argan oil. And maybe that's part of it too. Argan oil actually works really well for me. 2 more products for this video. Let's talk about the My Soft Grain Scrub. So of course I bought this. I do like physical exfoliation. This is made with oat kernel flour. Now oat is another one of those ingredients that's great for soothing skin, it's great for irritated skin, and it's here in a physical exfoliator. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't actually feel that blown away by this. I like the idea, and I do think that if you're someone who is very on the fence about physical exfoliation, I could see this being a good choice for you, but I still think most of you can probably pass on this one. Like we talked about in the cleansers video, we don't really know how much of a benefit you're getting from oat in a wash-off product, and also it's a little messy. It is a little messy, but it still works. The idea is you take your cleanser, whichever cleanser it is that you use, and you pour a little bit into this, you mix it up, and you make yourself a very gentle physical exfoliator. It's nice in that you have complete control over how much exfoliation you want. You know, we talked about this, again, in that massive cleansers video, that some exfoliators are very dense in particles, some are more sparse. With this kind of a product, you have control over how much of that you want. Pour in a lot, make yourself a really intense scrub. Pour in just a little tiny bit, very gentle scrub. So, you know, it definitely can have a place. I just also think that most of you probably don't need it. And my final product for this video is it's actually a miss for me. I actually don't like this, and to be completely honest with you, I kind of quit using this. And I will explain why. First of all, this is called the Calm Me Down Day Cream. Let me be clear that the one I'm holding says Stay With Me. Again, this is the product that changed names since I bought it not even that long ago. What makes this difficult is that I can't tell if with the name change there was a reformulation, but it also says on the website formerly known as Stay With Me Day Cream, so I think it's the same product. I'm really not sure. If you know more, again, remember, my comment section is always open for feedback. So here's what they say about it. Daily moisture cream that intensely hydrates the skin without being oily. It also helps to prevent moisture loss and soothes sensitive skin. That's all great in theory. My problem is I hate buffing this into my skin. Oh my god, I just don't feel that it's a cosmetically elegant product. There are so many affordable moisturizers on the market these days where it doesn't take 5 minutes to blend it into your skin. And that's the thing, every time I applied this, I would sit there massaging and massaging and massaging. The only exception, the only thing that really does make a difference in application is heavily spraying your face with specifically the Time Is Running Out mist, and then following with this. And in saying that, it makes me feel like this product formula just needs something more to it to make it work better on your skin. And I don't love when I have to say, well, you know, you can buy this product and you can use it, but you also have to buy it with. I don't love saying that. I think that you should be able to just buy a product on its own and not have, you know, a bunch of rules that you have to follow for that specific product. With some exceptions, fine. Retinoids are definitely products where you have a list of rules. And that's really it. I just kind of feel like this wasn't a cosmetically elegant product. It was also difficult under makeup. So not only did I spend time buffing it in, but sometimes I would put my makeup on over it and it would start pilling. So I don't know. It was just kind of a miss for me. Maybe I'll use it as a body cream. I actually like the idea behind it. Calendula, willow bark extract. That's a great anti-inflammatory ingredient. Licorice. These products all have such similar ingredients list, which I feel like makes even more sense in terms of me saying that I like the products individually and not necessarily as a routine. So in the end, that leaves me with two products that I absolutely loved. I like the mists. I think they're great for a quick perk me up as well. But these, I think these are gonna have a permanent place in my routine. I shouldn't say my routine because I'm always doing trials, but in my skincare favorites. And that is it, my friends. That is my review of Sioris. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I've got a really, really fun trial coming for you all next. Oh, I'm so excited. It might have the initials AB. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you all next time.